got this weird obsession with small things. Don't make your own jokes. It's not the small thing per se, but rather seen from the perspective of the small thing. It's one of the reasons I crowned Toy Story as my favourite film. As a kid, I'd often play out the scene in which the army men run a recon mission on Andy's birthday party, sans the party, actually having friends. Okay, I used to throw my army men from the banister and hide them in plant pots, but it kept me quiet. I'm not sure why I have this fascination, but there's just something about seeing our world from a completely different perspective that pleases me, and it's that something that HYPERCHARGE manages to tap into beautifully. HYPERCHARGE is a first-person shooter where you embody the plastic shell of a toy and do some shooting of other toys. The main game mode pits you against an ever-increasing in difficulty wave of enemy toys who are sought to destroy your hypercores. You're equipped with a modular weapon for the offensive, a Yu-Gi-Oh! X Nerf style dual disc carrying 3 defense cards, which can all be used to combat the enemy hordes. These battles take place in a variety of different environments, including a toy shop, garden, kitchen, and the bathroom of a household containing at least one man. How do I know this? Because it contains a piss-filled toilet with a seat left up. All of this can be played on your own or with up to 3 players via Nintendo's online network, or locally via split screen. At its core, pun wholly intended, is a pseudo-strategy defense game. Each of the game's arenas have several hypercores that you need to protect from the ever-increasing onslaught of bad toys. The hypercores have both a health bar and a shield, the latter of which needs a battery to keep it charged. Batteries can be found dotted around the map, but you'll need to traverse the environment to seek them out. Batteries can also be mixed and matched between cores, so if one core needs some extra TLC, you can grab the battery from another one, throw it to a buddy, and have them insert it. As you're traversing the map for batteries, you'll also see blister packs of credits. These are your primary income for purchasing and building defense blocks, which are placed around the hypercores, or purchasing upgrades for your weapon. Defense blocks are placed at the beginning of each wave where you have a set amount of time to set up before the enemies appear. This management of batteries, resource and defence placements is a refreshing element of strategy to an otherwise fairly run-of-the-mill waves game mode. The gameplay of HYPERCHARGE is frantic but fairly standard. You'll be facing bullet-sponge enemies, fast-paced ones and boss types, all whilst navigating around an often complex battleground. The jump button will be used a lot. Upgrades for your weapon allow you to change its primary function from an automatic rifle to a shotgun, machine gun, laser or even grenade launcher. Your weapon allows for 2 firing modes, then you switch between each as and when you choose. You can also grab other upgrades which increase zoom level, accuracy and weapon stability. Other than that, it's pretty much point and shoot once build mode is disengaged, but it's incredibly satisfying to see chunks of plastic chipping off enemies as you lay waste to them. The only downfall to the gameplay is the Switch itself. I've got a lot of love for the Switch, but I've never felt it's well suited for a first-person shooter. The default Joy-Con control sticks feel too slack and unresponsive for a game of this ilk. It's worth noting that this hasn't put me off from playing, but it has been a bugbear of mine, as I'm thinking this would play better on different hardware. But as with everything, there are pros and cons. You sacrifice the controls for handheld gameplay, unfortunately everything else works well. Digital Cybercherry has done a great job of porting this PC game to Switch. The aforementioned control issues are problematic, but there are options to tweak the controller's sensitivity, or use the Switch's onboard gyros if that's your jam. It largely runs smoothly with only some bouts of slowdown during hectic moments of gameplay, and this experience carries over to handheld mode from docked play. But HYPERCHARGE's crowning jewel is from a visual point of view. Visually the game is stunning from the plastic enemies through to the environments in which you play. You truly feel like a toy playing in real world locations. Each level is packed with so many little details that will be sure to tickle the whimsy of anyone holding on to their childhood past. There are nods to Scale Electric, Airfix, Toys R Us and Boglins, alongside many other cheeky slides on well-known brands. Each level begs to be explored as you uncover a myriad of little Easter eggs that each highlight just how much attention to detail has been paid here. HYPERCHARGE doesn't hold back in its content offering either. Alongside the main game mode are 2 other modes, Deathmatch and Plague, which sees you duking it out with other players, or playing a variant on Hide and Seek. Each of the game's maps has a handful of tokens to collect alongside 3 hidden collectibles. These hidden collectibles help unlock new character customisations, of which there are plenty. Your character can be completely customised from its name, through to its appearance, both physically and stylistically. Your weapon can also be customised to sport fancy new materials. Swiss cheese is a personal favourite of mine. Each level has a rank of completion with highest ranks attained by surviving all waves with all the hypercores intact. If you complete these levels in harder difficulties, you get yourself a more premium rank, and you need to attain these ranks to unlock new levels. Throw on top of that a handful of unlockable cheats, and it's clear to see that this isn't some half-assed game. HYPERCHARGE feels intentionally old school in just about everything it does, but that's incredibly refreshing to see in the current video game climate, where additional extras are sold at additional cost. And it doesn't stop there. Digital Cyberterrors has already outlined its release schedule of content for the next few months, all free of charge. It includes new game modes, maps, quality of life tweaks from issues picked up during its first month of being live. There's a hell of a lot to like about HYPERCHARGE, and at just under 20 quid you'd be rude not to check it out. As with any game of this type, it's naturally more fun playing with other people, and even more so with friends. Solo play is enjoyable though, if a little tricky on some of the larger levels. The gameplay is a little safe, but the addition of defence strategies is a nice touch and shake things up just enough to make it stand out. It's a charming game, and that comes through in pretty much every aspect of it, from the nods to real toy brands through to the character customisation. Content is also plentiful, with 10 maps across 3 game modes, and more releasing through the coming months. If you're in the market for a co-op game on the Switch, then look no further, HYPERCHARGE has your back. If, however, you're more of a solo player, its longevity is largely dependent on the novelty of playing as a toy in these glorious battlegrounds. On the whole though, HYPERCHARGE is well worth a punt on the Switch.